Hello students, welcome to the video for ESR spectroscopy. In our regular class we have completed up to the Larmor frequency, the relaxation and the G values. Okay, what does they mean and how the things are carried on, how the resonance is bringing this ESR spectroscopy, how your spectra comes out to be. It's an absorption spectra like this, and finally we calculate the first derivative, so generally we get a spectra like this, right? Now let's understand some more topics. There are few more topics left. One is hyperfine splitting, then Drago's rule and Yan-Teller distortion. Okay, we are going to discuss them one by one and how our spectra looks like. As I have told you before also and discussed in the class that these ESR spectra is relevant to the molecules which are having a free electron or an extra electron, right? Like radicals. So we are going to do or discuss ESR spectra in your syllabus of all the mostly the radicals. Okay, whenever you are getting a question, you will get about the radical, how that radical is going to get you the peaks, and the peak splitting is again dependent on your Pascal's triangle. Okay, we have discussed this before in NMR. And non-Pascal triangle, in case your I is half, the I is same as we used to take for our nuclei, for these nucleus also. And for non-Pascal triangle, in case your I is greater than half. Okay, so and in case I is 0, then obviously that molecule, that atom or that nuclei is not magnetically active, so we are not going to count its ESR spectra, how it is going to change or how the things are going to shape up. So we need to see to the elements which are having I equals to half or more than half. Okay, that should be greater than 0, that's it finally. And this will follow the non-Pascal triangle and your intensities as in NMR 1:1:1. We have discussed it in inorganic NMR, and in this obviously they are all of equal intensity. You remember you used to write 1:2:1, so they will all be of equal intensity, but here the intensity used to be 1:1:1. The same thing they are going to follow. So these are few things I wanted to mention before. Now here what do you mean by hyperfine splitting basically, and how the peaks, the number of peaks you have to predict. Suppose there is a radical, you are expected to predict how many number of peaks it is going to give. So it is again dependent on the formula of I, that is 2Ni, in case one atom is there plus 1. And if there are two magnetically active atoms in a particular molecule or a nuclei, then the formula comes out to be like this, where I and J are two magnetically active nuclei or atoms. Okay, suppose NH3 radical. So nitrogen is also active with I equals to 1, and hydrogen is also active with I equals to half. Now they are going to affect the spectra which you are expecting to have a single peak. Suppose I have NH3, I will expect a single peak, but this won't happen since both are active, so they are going to affect each other and the splitting will be there. So we can calculate, you can calculate it here, and I can tell you like 2 into N is 1 and I is 1 plus 1, and then 2 into 3 into half plus 1. How much it is? 3 plus 1, 4 into 2 plus 1, 3, 3 4s are 12. So what we were expecting to be a single transition is we are having 12 peaks for it. The same thing applies for CH3 radical, if you are talking about CH3. Okay, here obviously most of the time it is carbon 12 unless it is mentioned to you carbon 13, so you are not going to consider this carbon. Okay, so here your number of lines will be